What is going on, world? Welcome back once again. My name is ZacNovak and this is ZacNovak Plays Games. In today's video, we got Zor's location and inventories. Roll intros, let's get right into it, and I do hope you certainly enjoy. Alrighty, getting straight into today's video, we got Zor's location. Zor is chilling at the tower down in the hangar where Dead Orbit used to be, but no longer will actually be ever again, I don't think, because Dead Orbit's gone. So yeah, all the factions gone. Anyway, let's see, Botanical Bastard actually got anything decent this week? Let us have a look. Yes, Zor, we may speak, and this week in itself, you seem to have some pretty good stuff. I actually see a legendary weapon that I might actually already like. Let's start off with the exotics this week. Let's start off with the Geomag stabilizers for the Warlock, 67. Good old roll of 67 in itself. 23 legendary shards for this exotics, which in itself is actually pretty decent. Damaging targets with Chaos Reach extends its duration. This in itself is still beastly. It's just that, it's beastly. Pick it up if you have not got it. Once again, 23 legendary shards for your Warlock. Next up, we've got ourselves the One-Eyed Mask for the Titan. 23 legendary shards for this 67 roll as well, which is pretty decent. We've got actual mobility and strength, which I do like on this roll. Vengeance, main perk being Vengeance, highlights the targets who dares to damage you, track down and destroy them for an overshield. This thing itself, still beastly, still good. PvP is probably one of those things where I've used this pretty much anytime I'm playing on my Titan, simply because it's really good. So pick it up if you've not got it. Once again, 23 legendary shards, and we've also got ourselves the Shards of Galnor for the Hunter or Huntress. 23 legendary shards for this 62 max roll set in itself is actually pretty decent. Sharp edges, hits and kills with Blade Barrage will return super energy after your super ends. In other words, use your super and get your super back. This in itself is actually really freaking beastly. Definitely all three of these this week are pretty decent and surprisingly good from Zor. Actually, for the rolls in itself as well, they are pretty decent. But 62 isn't the worst, it's not the lowest, it's not the highest. However, 23 legendary shards, pick up it, all three of these. Pick them up if you have not got them. 20 legendary shards. We've also got ourselves Merciless for 29 legendary shards. This thing is underused but still very fun. Main perk on it being Conserve Momentum. Non-lethal kills with projectiles make this weapon charge faster until its wielder gets a kill. The secondary perk being Impetus. Reloading immediately after a kill increases weapon damage for a short amount of time, so pretty much putting them together, it actually is pretty decent against bosses. This thing in itself I've actually used quite a few times in Lost Sector, simply because it just burns bosses and it's really freaking good. Still really freaking good. We've also got ourselves the 29 legendary shards. Pick the Merciless up if you have not got it. And next up, we've also got ourselves finally the Exotic Engram. 97 legendary shards. What will we actually get from this on my Warlock? Something good. We got a Transverse Steps and an Enhancement Core. Zor, what is going on? You've been very generous today. Pretty decent in itself. The Transverse Steps actually got a roll of 65 and an intellect of 23, which is pretty decent. Strange Protractor buffs sprint speed and sprinting reloads currently equipped weapons. These in itself honestly look pretty freaking decent, even with the actual ornament on. I do honestly really like the ornament just because it does make it look very simplistic and clean, and it also kind of seems to have this little bit of greenish glow on certain areas if you look at it, which I think is pretty cool. I like it. It's awesome. And that's pretty much it. Moving on, we've also got ourselves the legendary weapons. Starting things off, we've got ourselves Dire Promise. Not too bad. We've got ourselves Escape Velocity. It's actually pretty decent. We've got ourselves Icalis SMG. Not bad. I would ask for better, but still actually pretty decent. We've got ourselves the main ingredient, which is not bad. It's about an 8 out of 10 for myself, I will say. Under pressure and tap the trigger is actually pretty decent for Crucible. We've also got ourselves Truth Teller, which, who doesn't like a Truth Teller? If you don't have a Truth Teller with blinding grenades, then you just didn't play D1 or in D2 in D1. If you don't have a Truth Teller with blinding grenades, you did not play Year 1 of Destiny 2, or you didn't just do pretty much anything because this thing drops from absolutely everything. It is still actually fun, pretty decent, especially with these rolls. It's got self-steel, Cybele, yeah, it's a sword, it's cool, it's got good rolls. But this thing in itself, the bottom dollar hand cannon. This thing with Outlaw and Dragonfly, it's got Void on it for an actual, well, not sidearm, for a secondary. We've got ourselves the first Void with explosive Dragonfly rounds in this season, I think, at the moment. I don't think there is really any other one that I've seen. But yeah, pick this thing up if you have not got it, or just pick this thing up because it actually is really decent and pretty good. I like it. Once again, all these things are only pretty cheap. They're 50 legendary shards, 1000 glimmer. Why not pick it up? It's decent. He's also got his legendary armor, which I'm not going to actually go onto the hunter or huntress, but you guys get the picture. 63, 59. It's actually pretty decent, the rolls Zor has. But yeah, legendary armor, not bad. He's also got his cipher for 21 of the completions for whether it be Crucible or Gambit or Strikes. Yeah, pretty easy. Already got exotic ciphers, so I can't really pick up any more of that. But that has been Zor's location and inventory for the weekend. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, click that like button down below. Do all that good stuff, and I'll be cheering like Kieran. He was at Sharon. Let me know also what you're going to pick up from Zor, if there was anything you did actually like. But once again, this has been ZacNovak signing off. Peace out.